Okay, I know I haven't updated in a while, a couple of days, but I feel I should. This is going to be a woe is me style video. Is Nana over there chewing on something? The window. Some of our beautiful stuff unloaded. We have reached Bastrop, in case you can't tell from the mess. It comes with a very real mix of emotions. We own the property. The property's beautiful. The house has gorgeous bones. But we were greeted with less than stellar situation. We were informed, you can hear the other ones playing behind me. We were informed when we bought the house that the house was as is, and then it needed some work. We knew this. It was unoccupied for at least a year. They pulled the power meter in May 24th of 2024. May something of 2024. I could have the date wrong. And so it's been empty for a hot minute. So we expected some things. We were told by our realtor that it is occupiable, that we could live in it while we do the repairs we knew about, and probably some of the repairs we didn't know about, as you know, from buying an unoccupied older home in distress. We knew the tree had to come off the roof, had branches growing over. It was not laying on the roof, but branches were really messing up the shingles. We knew it would have to be at least limbed, if not taken down. We knew the roof would need to be fixed, worked on. At least shingles, if not some of the actual boards replaced. We knew the floor in one of the bedrooms was nasty, had a big hole in it. We knew the kitchen hadn't been updated. You know, all the typicals. So we went ahead and we bought the house. It's a beautiful house, 1,972 square feet, if I remember correctly. 1,900 and something. So it's quite large. Built in 1958, so it's quite large for the time period even. So we bought it and tootled on down here. That trip, as you all know, took way longer than it should have due to this trouble and that trouble and the other trouble. So we got here, and as we pull in, the first thing we notice is the doors open. The outside door, the interior doors, all the doors open. We also found one of the windows that was not previously busted out in the video that we saw from our realtor is now busted out. And we went, uh-oh. And we came inside, and the attic access is wide open where it was not in the video that we received. There's a crack in the hallway, obviously from somebody walking up there that did not walk on the trusses. They walked like on the ceiling and broke through. Upon further investigation, we had tried to get electricity installed, and the electric company said, oh, couldn't because there was no meter, which we knew, and so did they. But they said, and your breaker box is messed up. We're like, the breaker box is messed up. So when we got here and we saw the doors are open, we're like, oh no. So we go look, the breaker box isn't just messed up, the breaker box is missing. And so is probably a good 75% of the wires in the building because it was unoccupied, it's out in the country. They came in and stripped the wires from the house. So now we need to get wires, install the wires, install a breaker box. They're all going to come and try to take Sif's toy. There's probably going to be a fight. We'll see. Hopefully there won't. This is the third time I've tried to record this. Breaker box has been removed. They took all of the drops. They took the breaker box. They took about 75% of the wiring out of the house. This large window right here, in the video that we received from the realtor, had not been busted out, and it had been busted out from the outside in when we got here. So we've got a couple of things in the way, as you can see, to try to block it. So the little monsters do not get out, and the other monsters don't get in, because there's all kinds of critters, because we're out in the country. Besides these problems, within 3 minutes of us getting here and our U-Haul arriving, which was about a half an hour behind us when we got here, the neighbor on the corner, kind of that way from us, comes over. She's an older lady, and she's like, "You're blocking the road." And we're like, "We know we're blocking the road. We're trying to unload." And then she says, "It's quiet around here. We expect it to stay that way." To which I say, "I just bought the property, so it's not like I'm a party hound. But if you push me, you're going to be hearing Led Zeppelin. So we'll discuss that later." And then the neighbor that is that way shows up. And the first thing she says, this pile of trash I need to take out. The first thing she says is, "This is our driveway. You're blocking our driveway." It's not her driveway. It's an easement across our property to their house because they're landlocked. They can take a driveway down past because their son lives down over here. And they can take the road down this way to his place and then cut another one. But it is an easement on our deed for them. We have a 30-foot easement listed on the deed specifically to her and her husband, whose mom and dad used to own this house and gave them the easement. But the property's not theirs, it's ours. We can use it all we want. So that was our introduction to the neighbors. The next introduction was apparently the same woman who's saying that the driveway is hers has some fluffy little dog that's bigger than mine that she just lets run the neighborhood. Thank goodness it's a girl. Although she also has a little male Chihuahua puppy who's about 6 months old. So I'll have to watch that. I didn't think to try to see if he's intact or not. We'll have to watch that because, as you all know, my girls are all intact. They are the beginning of my kennel to help establish the Pomsky breed so it can become AKC recognized. They all fit the preliminary safety AKC breed requirements. So, yeah, I don't need a male Chihuahua coming in here and holding things up. Anyway, I'm digressing, rambling a little bit because I'm tired. And I'm cold because for some reason, even though I was told it's not that cold in Louisiana during wintertime. And I guess it's not. When you compare it to Klamath Falls, we were at 54 today, which it's cold and it's damp. It's not like 20 degrees, but it's definitely cold. And because there is no heat in the house at all, it is definitely telling on both of myself and my husband, Chuck, who does not handle with that kind of temperature very well with all of his medical fragilities. So, yeah. Water. So that was utility. Water. We also probably are not going to get water in here anytime soon. The pipes going to the hot water heater have also been broken. And so if we put water in here and turn it on, it's going to hit those pipes and it's going to geyser all over the laundry room and not get to where it's going.